All right, let's get to Mauricio Pochettino. I thought we were going to hit it in the B block. We saved it for the end. So on Landon and Tim's podcast, Unfiltered Soccer podcast, he said this, Mauricio Pochettino, on prioritizing the national team. Quote, the people need to prioritize the national team. We're talking about Argentine players or Brazilian players or English players or Spanish players. They are desperate. Even Messi, even Neymar, even Mbappé. We are working with these guys, even Harry Kane. These guys are desperate to go to the national team. Okay? Quote continues, for them, when they go, they don't see if it's a friendly game, if it's an official game. It's a World Cup game. It doesn't matter because the possibility to defend one time your flag, your shirt, I want to feel proud about that. And that is the responsibility to us to translate. Woo! That is red hot, Chuck. I feel like he's talking to a handful of players.
He's talking to the country. I tell you, he's talking to every player in the U.S. men's national team pool. He said, let me make this clear. No one is above it. No one. And I'm telling you, I've coached. He made sure he wanted to reference some names. I've coached some of the best to ever play the game. They all were willing to sacrifice for the badge, for the country, right? It's an honor. It's one of those things where he was trying to make people aware that it's all or nothing. You sacrifice whatever it takes. Nothing comes before playing for your country, no matter what you've achieved. And I think Messi was probably the biggest one there, just to say, hey, whenever there's an opportunity to play with the national team, his hand is up first. He leads by example. So read between the lines is what I'm telling you, Jimmy.
Yes. So yeah, it's easy to read between the lines. I think what's interesting, and I had a conversation with some of my friends from South America. If one of their players turned down the opportunity to represent their national team, their own family would disown them. It would be so beyond unacceptable that the shame and embarrassment that would come from that is fascinating. And that, obviously the cultures are different, and I'm not here to say whether, I get it. Rest is important, and it's an important part of making sure you're fresh for something later. And I shared a story a couple of podcasts back where that mattered. Now, it wasn't a Gold Cup that I missed per se, but it was a January camp, and I'm somebody that would never turn that down. So obviously it was something weighing heavy on me. But so we don't know all the details, but yeah, he's put his flag in the ground, and he has to at this point. Like, you got to come in and bleed for the shirt, and if you're not going to, he's going to go find somebody else. And
what we do know, Jimmy, is it's pretty simple. Christian asked for a break, mental break, physical break, both, and he's granted it, right? He hasn't said you better come. I'll give you an ultimatum, right? He's granted it, but he's also said, by the way, I'm going to grant it, and I would never be the person to say you don't deserve a break or you don't need a break, especially if you're on the breaking point, right? We're not in his shoes. Right. We don't know what he's going through or what he has gone through. So we can't be here to judge someone if they need a mental break. If they need a mental break or a physical break, then give it to them. It's actually, for everybody to know, it's June 3rd. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. So I think it's important that we're having this conversation to begin with. But you can't tell me, like, a player like Tyler Adams doesn't need the mental break or physical break when he's been battling injuries for his whole damn career. He finally has played a full season in the Premier League for Bournemouth, and they had an incredible season. You're telling me he doesn't need a break? You know what I'm saying? Anthony Robinson would have been there if he hadn't had surgery. He had to have surgery because he was, trying to struggle through maintenance of an injury. So essentially, and then Yunus Musa, we don't know as well, personal reasons. It could be a number of things, but what I will say is we can't sit here and point the finger or blame when we don't know what's happening. You just simply can't. If this was simple, I'm tired, I just need a break, I'm kind of over soccer, I'm burnt out, then hey, have at it. Have all the criticism you want. But if you don't know what's happening behind the scenes, or if anything is happening, then you just can't. You can't assume anything. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Mauricio Pochettino making sure everybody knows. You're right, Chuck. Maybe it was for specific players, but he also put the rest of the country on notice, the whole player pool on notice, the extended player pool on notice, these are the expectations and standards that are going to have to be lived by moving forward. And we'll see who steps up and responds. It should be an incredible month. And obviously we got the friendlies first against Turkey and Switzerland. You're still here? Yes. I absolutely love that. Listen, while I have your attention, if you want more average to good soccer content, this is the channel for you. Go check out our other videos. Go check out our playlists. And if you're really liking what you're seeing, I don't know how you couldn't, hit like, hit subscribe, of course, and then turn on your notifications so that you do not miss anything that we drop or when we go live. We'd really appreciate that. We'll see you next time.